Boy, it's been a theme of late. It was last night in Edmonton. Next man up. And Noel with the touchdown catch.
Levi Noel is on that backside, and he's right in here now. It looks like he's going to do sort of the double move up here and try and go deep, and then he just brings it back because he finds a soft spot, sees his quarterback that's scrambling back to the right, and Ricky Ray. So he's going to go up the field, and then he just puts the brakes on, and Chris Lyles loses him.
All-time touchdown list. Ricky Ray draws even with our man Dunnigan. He's climbing a lot of lists, isn't he?
Including the all-time Argo list in passing yards. It's great to see two veterans. Ray turning 38, Kevin Glenn 38 years old, and both over 50,000 yards passing.
Lahu kicks it off. It's Craig Morris once again. League leader in kickoff average. Got a better one here as he springs across the 35-yard line. Tackled on the play by Evan Foster.
Doesn't happen very often where we see two quarterbacks over 50K that are playing against each other. Damon Allen and Danny McManus did it. They were both over 50K. They did it twice in back-to-back weeks in September. Back in 2005, and then Damon Allen, AC, in August of 2007 went head-to-head, and now tonight.
Last ever start for Damon Allen. Ricky Ray versus Kevin Glenn, 9-6-1. And in those 16 games, Glenn has actually outpassed him yardage-wise. Dumps it off here, and it's Deron Carter lowering a shoulder and gets met by Akwasi Owusu-Ansah.
There's the numbers and counting for both quarterbacks. See that completion percentage for Ray, the #1 completion percentage of the 50K club, and the fewest interceptions. However, Ray has played fewer games than the rest of the guys, over 50,000. Still pretty impressive.
8 for Carter, 2nd and 2. Cam Marshall the carry, and he's got a Roughrider first down across the 50-yard line. Tackle made by Marcus Ball. Sean Lemon in on the tackle.
Well, it looks like the Riders have decided that they're going to establish that run, help their O-line that struggled out of the gate against Calgary, but a way to help them and get them aggressive is to block for Cameron Marshall. They've established that run early in this game.
Marshall 5th in rushing coming into the week, and 3 carries, 23 yards out of the gate. Back inside, the handoff for short yardage.
See Brendan Labatt getting a good push there, and that's what I'm talking about. Dan Clark, and they get to go and basically battle and attack the D-line rather than sit in that pass protection mode where they're backpedaling and trying to stop guys like Sean Lemon and Troy Davis coming at him.
Davis the last tackle. Peter Diakowski, the right guard, briefly in Argo, and then traded in a deal that involved Armonte Edwards coming to Toronto. Over the middle, pass is caught. That's Bakari Grant, and it's a Saskatchewan first down at the Argo 47.
And by the way, Chris, and Lee reported how hot it is down in the field level, over 40 degrees Celsius, and it was smoking going through there in warm-up. Those big guys up front, they're going to lose probably 10 to 15 pounds per guy in this game alone. They got to stay hydrated.
Are you suggesting we'll have to rehydrate tonight?
We're going to have to rehydrate. I'm buying.
First down, Roughriders, Argo territory. Kevin Glenn as an open man. It's Naaman Roosevelt. And a first down to the 29, his favorite target on the year as his 30th catch.
Well, targeted more than any receiver for the Riders at 39. He's 29 catches coming in. That's his 30th. And when they get Naaman Roosevelt going, then it forces defenses to pay more attention to him, opens up more space for the rest of the core.
That not a second down conversion, but he leads the league in those catches with 15. First down, and Glenn on a roll. Wide side of the field. Catch made by Roosevelt again, and he's dropped at the 21. Troy Davis on the scene along with Bear Woods, the middle linebacker.
They'll move him around. They had him in the short side in the first catch. There's Naaman Roosevelt on the wide side on that little push route to the flat. Move him around and get him the football in a lot of different ways.
So gets 8, 2nd and 2. Here comes the 7th play of the drive. Spencer Moore into the game, and Cam Marshall with the carry across the 20 and should have the first down.
Offensive coordinator Stephen McAdoo, I like the plan. I like the plan to involve Cameron Marshall. Get that run established. Give your offensive line a chance to fire off on the defense a little bit. Maybe get onto that second level to a good aggressive linebacking core in the Toronto D and Bear Woods and Marcus Ball. And that right now is paying off as they're now going to a little play action and getting Naaman Roosevelt. That's the progression from establishing the run.
Don't think Chris Jones liked the spot. The sticks come out for a measurement. They may not have got the first down. And they will be looking at third and about the length of the football.
That's third and go get it. That's what that is.
And they're 5 for 5 on third down attempts.
If it's inside a yard, it's third and go get it for the offense.
Justin Tuggle checks into the Argo defense to beef it up on this third down play. Glenn stays in, good push. First down, flag comes down. And it's a signal against the Argos, so the Roughriders drive will continue.
I think there was
offside. Toronto defensive line.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty. First down.
I think there was an Argo or two that had lined up offside there, and Kevin Glenn caught it. Quick count off the left side of the O-line to get the first down.
So the Riders in business, trying to cut into this 10-0 Toronto lead. 9th play of the drive upcoming. Number 2 in the red zone this year. They're 9 for 13. Pressure coming. Glenn to the end zone and overthrows the target. Naaman Roosevelt.
Naaman Roosevelt was well covered on that. He tried to get him on that just basic post seam route. Roosevelt right here, and they try to just bring him on that seam. But watch the coverage. Top, it looks like a Johnny Sears in the hip pocket and playing the ball high.
Argo defense 3rd against the pass this season. Durant Carter working against Owusu-Ansah. 2nd and 10. Time for Glenn. Over the middle, and he skips it into the dirt. Incomplete, again intended for Roosevelt.
You know, Durant Carter got a little frustrated after that. They put Carter into the boundary, and at some point they got to get Carter involved here. I mean, they put him into the boundary in bump press coverage against Akwasi Owusu-Ansah, and while he's maybe one of the best cover guys in the league at that corner position, down in the red zone is where Carter can thrive. I mean, they got to throw it up and give him a couple of 50-50 balls. They've got to get this guy involved in the offense somehow.
So here's Carpina. Ready! From 22 yards out. And he puts it through. The Roughriders on the board here in the final minute of the opening quarter. There's a familiar face now wearing double blue. Corey Chamberlain, the former Roughrider head coach. Lee Jones will have more on Chamberlain when we come back. Well, Corey Chamberlain, now the defensive coordinator in Toronto, was the head coach from 2012 to 2015 and led the Roughriders to a Grey Cup title on home field in 2013. With more on his return to Saskatchewan, here's Lee Jones.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. This is the first time Chamberlain has been back in Saskatchewan since he was fired in August of 2015, and he says it's pretty cool to be back here. He calls Saskatchewan his second home. Not only did he win a 2013 Grey Cup here, but also his youngest son, Nick Keaton, was born here. I also asked him what it was like leaving the game of pro football. He said the first month was tough, but after that allowed him to spend more quality time with his family in Arizona. Not only did he get to coach his son's flag football team, but he also got to take him to school, and he says, as a father, that's just as good as winning a Grey Cup. Chris?
Ali, he has really put together a good-looking defense in a hurry in Toronto. Carpino with the boot. And here's Martese Jackson. Had that big game against Winnipeg and dancing out of traffic and then running out of room beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, he has put together a great defense in Toronto to start this season. There's his coaching record with Saskatchewan, 213 Grey Cup champion, and was the coach of the year that year. His 3 of the 4 seasons got the team into the playoffs, but boy, did it fall away quickly in that final season.
Yeah, the wheels came off 0-9, and he moved on. And as Lee mentioned, a year off to recharge, but
saw him on the Pittsburgh Steelers bench a couple times while he was away from the game here.
Here's James Wilder with a carry up to the 42-yard line and a 4-yard gain for the big Argo running back. Brandon Whitaker on the 6th game unavailable to Toronto.
A run play for the Toronto Argonauts.
That's news.
There's not many of those in a game.
Argo's last in the league, averaging 41.6 yards per game on the run. Trestman says it's not about balance, it's about productivity. And they've been productive throwing the ball.
Well, and he likes his chances with the veteran at quarterback, like he did with AC in Montreal.
Trying to convert on 2nd and 7 to the wide side, and it's caught. There's Edwards back in the game, and he has the catch against Chris Lyles.
And why wouldn't you throw it over 40 times a game when you have Ricky Ray playing at this level? This is an outstanding throw to the wide field in stride to Edwards.
Final play of the opening quarter. Ricky Ray only 9 for 11 and 120 in the first quarter here in Saskatchewan. Points coming in. They put 10 on the board and have the edge in stats after the first quarter.
Ricky Ray coming in, averaging 379 yards passing per game. He's on pace for 400 after that first quarter. So that's, again, Ricky Ray on the money. But I like that Saskatchewan drive to get that 3 points and answer because it had some balance. It had Cameron Marshall involved in the run game, and Kevin Glenn was fine in Naaman Roosevelt.
We knew that Mark Trestman and Ricky Ray would likely be a good match, but it seems to be getting better by the week.
Well, and right now they're protecting Ray very well. So if it's up to Saskatchewan to go with some exotic blitzes, maybe try to get some more pressure on him that way, or just tune it up from guys like Willie Jefferson and AC Leonard.
Mark Trestman said that Ray was really hit only twice in the game against Ottawa on Monday. They'll swing it out to the far side. There's Coombs with the catch. Anthony Coombs brought down at the Roughrider 49-yard line, and he has 6 more.
Well, that's interesting because Mark Trestman is not counting sacks on Ricky Ray. I mean, they're looking at that obviously, but he counts just the times that he gets hit, just the times that he's harassed back there as times that they've got to adjust it. So if it's just 2 per game where Ricky's just getting hit in those cases, boy, that's protection up front at its best.
That'll keep Ricky a young 37.
Absolutely. 3-4 more years.
They get hit here, has to step out of the pocket on a roll and throws incomplete. Should have been caught. James Wilder started to run before he secured the football.
Happens more with running backs than receivers, but we've seen it happen with the best of them and the best of receivers as well. But yeah, Ray steps up. Finally, a little pressure from the Saskatchewan front 3 or 4, depending on who they're sending, forcing Ray to throw on the run. The throw was there, the catch wasn't.
Punt team comes on. Nick Dembski awaits, standing at the Roughrider 10. Ira Lahu 3rd in net average punting, and he'll try and hit the corner, but It's Dembski fielding it on the short punt. And then he gets swarmed at about the 22-yard line. Tuggle down there to first to bring down Dembski. Again, the first half of a CFL on TSN doubleheader. Ticats try to get off the schneid later tonight at McMahon. Big 25th anniversary game in Calgary. Doug Flutie and company and that 92 Grey Cup team.
Dwayne Ford as well.
Ford,
yeah,
part of
congratulations to all those guys. Must be great to have that reunion and tell the old stories. They get better as the years go on.
Riders started on the ground, and Marshall has some room off the right side. Up across the 30 and close to a first down. Well, this is what they're celebrating. This was the West Final. Famous play. The shoe comes off Doug Flutie, but he gets into the end zone.
Talked yesterday about that being such a hard-fought game to win. And then in the Cup, they pretty much rolled over Winnipeg that year in 1992. But
in Toronto,
yeah,
Grey Cup champions, and they'll celebrate that today at McMahon. I think they've been celebrating all weekend. First down run by Marshall, and now handed off inside again. And Tuggle dragged there by Marshall up to the 40-yard line, and there's 7 more. Good downhill runner, former Bomber.
Yeah, you start getting 6-7 yards on first down with the run game, and that will wear the defense down over time in a big way. So even though they're behind on the scoreboard right now, the Riders, I like their game plan offensively.
Riders haven't leaned on the run, 7th in that category. Pass over the middle and incomplete. Jermaine Gabriel had Naaman Roosevelt in his sights, and he was going to light him up.
Naaman Roosevelt looked back at Kevin Glenn, say, give it to me just a little bit earlier. It'll be right up here in your screen on the slant. And just to the left, you see number 5. Read it late. It's tipped and just missed a big shot over the middle.
Looked like Marcus Ball just got a fingertip on it. Roosevelt lucky that Gabriel didn't get a full shot on him.
Good for Gabriel, though, to go with his shoulder and lead with that right shoulder rather than the head. You can still, this is still a contact collision sport, but you can do it safely.
Martell lets it fly. Martese Jackson, 21-yard line. And he goes straight up the middle across the 30, up to the 32. Well, Anthony Coombs has been a dangerous weapon for Ricky Ray all season long. And he's been targeted 5 times already today. 3 catches for Coombs. Argos on offense when we come back. Saskatchewan Roughriders honoring the memory of Joe McKnight, who was tragically killed last December. A player revered around pro football. His family here today as they honor. That's his son Jaden, who was involved in the ceremonial coin toss along with Joe's brother.
Joanna McKnight, his sister, here as well as Joe's mother, Jennifer.
You know, Duke Williams told me earlier in the year he's from the same area, trained with Joe a little bit in the offseason, and talked about how revered Joe McKnight was in the United States and particularly in Louisiana. Marcus Ball made a special trip out after the coin toss just to acknowledge the family, because Joe McKnight was respected throughout the National Football League, the pro football and college football world.
Just heartbreaking.
Second down for Ray. Pressure on. Ball loose and still loose. And do the Roughriders have it? Ricky Ray solidly hit there by A.C. Leonard.
A.C. Leonard is moving around. It's almost like he's a linebacker, and then he shoots through the A-gap between center and guard, and he times it up nicely.
They're still fighting for the football. Looked like the Roughriders were last on it. One of the O-linemen had a shot for Toronto. Who comes out of the pile with it?
Well, and the question is, that's one of those ones where the quarterback is in the motion of throwing and he gets his arm hit. You hope that Ricky Ray's okay down there.
They say it's Argo football out of all that, which Chris Jones looks on incredulously.
AC Leonard is moving around like he's a linebacker here. Now watch how that ball is snapped, and he times it up. A nice little inside move, and then back to the outside. Times up the hit just in the throwing motion. Ball is out. Is Ricky Ray okay?
Fans saw one replay that they felt indicated it was Rough Rider football. Chris Jones continues to look at it, but the ruling at the bottom of the pile was an Argo clutching it. For the punt team on, no challenge, and Hairolahu boots it away. Not a great kick. It hangs up in whatever breeze is there. And look at the field position for the Rough Riders down on the Argo side of the field. AC Leonard gets to Ricky Ray with a punishing hit and a forced fumble. Join us at the half of the GMC Professional Grade Playbook tonight. Henry Burris on how defenses and offenses play the blitz.
That wasn't a blitz. That was just AC Leonard getting after it. We'll watch the hit again. And we followed Ricky Ray to the bench. He didn't go to the trainer at all. Looks like he'll be fine after the hit, which is good news for the Argos.
He didn't get hit like that on Monday.
No, best field position of the game for Kevin Glenn.
Riders start at the 47, handed off to Cameron Marshall. Flag comes down, and Marshall down to around the 42. Eighth carry of the game for Marshall. Let's find out what this flag's all about.
Late in the process.
And Kevin Glenn looks like he's appealing the call, just the fourth flag.
Well, now you've jinxed it.
So you don't want me to mention we haven't had a challenge yet either.
No, please no.
Okay.
Major foul, crackback block. Saskatchewan, number 82.
Okay.
15 yards applied for the end of the play and be second down.
Crackback block when you get way outside past the tackle.
Naaman Roosevelt.
Yeah, as a receiver, and then come down from the outside in. It's a blind shot on a defensive end or linebacker, and it's illegal. And then it's a good call to stop it, because especially when you go low, because that's where a player can get injured. It's a player